In the swirling chaos of modern finance, where digital tokens flash by with the promise of instant wealth and viral trends set the tone of every economic conversation, it would seem almost unthinkable that an ancient asset, gold, would suddenly steal the spotlight. Yet, for Generation Z, a cohort raised on rapid-fire technology and relentless social feeds, gold is emerging as the ultimate contrarian play. This isn't simply nostalgia for a bygone era or a fascination with the glitter of precious metals. Instead, it's a calculated move, a quiet rebellion against the volatility, manipulation, and broken promises that define today's economy. Gen Z's journey toward gold is not one born of luxury or old-fashioned thinking. It is born of necessity. Behind the digital curtain, young investors are increasingly disillusioned. The high-octane world of cryptocurrency, once hailed as their golden ticket, now feels all too precarious. The headlines are filled with stories of lost fortunes, exchange failures, and regulatory crackdowns. Every wild bull run is followed by an equally spectacular crash. Meanwhile, inflation eats away at hard-earned savings, while the cost of living continues its relentless climb. Rents in major cities have soared to historic highs, and job security, once the bedrock of middle-class stability, has become a relic of the past. Gen Z is witnessing firsthand the erosion of the financial foundations that supported previous generations. A recent 2024 Bank of America private bank study drives home just how dramatic this shift has become. Nearly half, 45% of high-net-worth individuals aged 21 to 43 now own physical gold. Another 45% are seriously considering it. These numbers aren't just statistics. They reveal a seismic change in how young people view their future. While older generations invested in gold as a hedge against inflation, Gen Z is going further. They're making gold a core part of their portfolios, allocating 3 times more to it than their elders. For them, gold is more than insurance. It's a fortress. But how are they getting there? The path isn't paved with dusty vaults and safety deposit boxes. Instead, Gen Z has harnessed the power of technology to make gold investment sleek, simple, and accessible. Digital platforms like DigiGold and MMTC PAMP offer fractional ownership, allowing users to buy and store gold in tiny denominations, sometimes for as little as a few dollars at a time. This approach fits perfectly with the financial realities of young people, many of whom are burdened with student debt and limited disposable income. It's not about amassing vast fortunes overnight. It's about building a resilient base, brick by brick, gram by gram. Social media, too, plays a pivotal role in this quiet transformation. Financial influencers, finfluencers, have turned TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit into vibrant hubs for gold education and discussion. Discord servers buzz with strategies for buying, holding, and even lending against gold assets. Underground threads map out the cycles of global economies, drawing links between geopolitical tension and gold price surges. Viral videos, some of which skirt the boundaries of platform policies or get taken down altogether, spread the word. Gold is back, and this time it's not just for the wealthy or the old. Yet for all the digital innovation, the underlying motivation is deeply pragmatic. Gen Z has learned the hard way that trust is a fragile commodity. Central banks print money with abandon. Governments change policies on a whim, and the stock market is increasingly dictated by algorithms and high-frequency traders. Promises of prosperity have given way to a reality where the middle class is shrinking, and stability is a luxury few can afford. In this environment, gold's enduring value stands out. It's tangible, independent, and immune to the whims of any single authority. It has survived wars, crises, and the rise and fall of civilizations. For Gen Z, this reliability isn't just appealing, it's essential. Some young investors are taking things even further, leveraging their digital gold holdings to create entirely new financial ecosystems. Private lending circles, built on blockchain or peer-to-peer contracts, use gold as collateral. bypassing traditional banks and sidestepping the bureaucracy that often excludes or exploits them. Others carefully track global events, using intuition and deep research to time their gold purchases and sales, often outmaneuvering the algorithms that dominate conventional trading. In these communities, gold is not seen as a static asset, but as a tool, dynamic, adaptable, and perfectly suited to the challenges of an unpredictable world. Why are millions of Gen Z suddenly turning to an ancient metal that their grandparents once buried in safes? And what do they know that the rest of the world doesn't? This new wave of gold investment is marked by a strategic silence. There are no flashy advertisements or public declarations. Instead, the movement builds quietly, fueled by private discussions, encrypted chats, and low-key meetups. For many, the appeal is precisely in this discretion. Gold is a way to opt out, to build wealth and security on their own terms, far from the noise and chaos of mainstream finance. What's most striking about this trend is how deeply it contrasts with the image of Gen Z as impulsive, risk-hungry speculators. Yes, some still chase the latest meme stock or cryptocurrency. But for a growing segment, the game has changed. They are no longer interested in playing by rules written by others, rules that seem increasingly stacked against them. Instead, they are quietly, methodically building a future-proof foundation. Gold, for them, is not a shiny rock to be admired or worn. It is a lifeline, a silent protest, and an act of self-preservation. As inflation continues to erode the value of fiat money, as AI threatens to automate away traditional jobs, and as the gap between rich and poor widens, Gen Z's gold strategy looks less like an oddity and more like foresight. They're betting that when the financial storm finally breaks, those with real, tangible assets will be the last ones standing. By the time the world realizes what's happening, Gen Z may have already secured the safest seats on a sinking ship, quietly, strategically, and with eyes wide open to the realities that others still refuse to see. In their hands, gold is more than an investment. It is a revolution in slow motion, 1 gram at a time.